Welcome back to the channel of the Galactic Activator on either YouTube or Instagram, whatever you watch me from. Well, actually, if you watch this from TikTok, you'll find it on It's the Galactic Federation, and I also have another Instagram account called Galactic Federation's Priestess. And because I feel cozy today, I'm looking cozy today. I'm even in the bed, but I'm going to get some cards out of the blue because I feel someone needs a message. And if you know me, I only film when I need to speak for someone else. Otherwise, I don't film it, I don't record it, like I don't post it. So, if you ever see a video of me talking, it's because someone else needs my word. And I really honor this calling. So, if you found this, it must be that you found it for a reason. So, stay along and enjoy my alien tattoo because actually it's so funny. I just told somebody, well, not just anybody, two men just walked in my street because they are outside the whole night because they are looking for bats. I just heard a dog bark and the door, and then I heard the door make sound. Interesting. Anyways, there are people walking around all night because they're looking for bats. I asked them if they got like a something, like a message or a call that there are bats around. But I actually met them because I was looking for my cat. My cat is very curious. Okay. And his name is not Mad, aka Madness, is what my mother calls him. Because he's very mad. Like, he is madness. He wanna walk around everywhere. He's just like so curious, which makes him very cute, very cutesy. But he's also, you know, doing his own thing. And because he is actually his spirit, the spirit of my cat, is my father in a past life. So he's not my little baby, but he speaks to me like telepathically. So we conversate together, and it's so interesting that I'm saying this right now because I feel called to share a specific message, which is your spirit, anybody's spirit, lives outside of your body. So it might be stuck to you, to your heart, to your mind, to your third eye, to your voice, to you, but it just lives through you. It's not, of course, it's inside of you because you feel this spirit of yours inside of you, but it really is outside. So, because it's outside, it can go anywhere, it can see anything, it can talk to anybody. Yeah, dead or alive. And then it can also see things you cannot see with your blind eye or with your physical eyes because it's outside of you. Like God. God is through you and outside of you. God is in you too. But your spirit, your spirit is, if it's curious enough, it will give you information you never asked for. Because your spirit then already knows what you're looking for. Which is why you probably find this video today. Because I'm gonna tell you something that your spirit knows you need. So, like, your soul might have summoned me today. And your spirit will probably lead you to this message, but God will actually deliver my message to you, which is the most fun part because I don't exist without God. So I tattooed actually on myself, God is my law. And then I have the eye of Ra here and the eye of Horus. Oh, and I got the sun and the moon. And I got 5 eyes here, like 3 here, 2 there. And I got the alien tattoo because I'm an alien. But I guess right now it just matters that you believe that this is a video I made for you. You might be one of the 10, you might be one of the million. But what I say is supposed to activate your inner voice when God is guiding you, literally, when your spirit, your own spirit, is directing you within. So when I speak, you feel. When I explain, your soul and your spirit get a call inside from God, and God tells you, like, hey, this is the person that me, is talking about. Or God is like, this is what's happening for you, but this is what it is about specifically. Like, that is what God is doing for you when you watch this. So, of course, there's aliens around you when I speak. There is aliens watching you from either individually anywhere or from spaceships from the Galactic Federation, which could also be anywhere, but also next to your window. Don't be scared. Just like it. Because they love you if they come to find you. If someone is disturbing you, they either don't like you or they love you. Okay? And you're supposed to love that they disturb you. Because some distractions are just godly. Because when someone is annoyed with you, you probably have to tell them why they should not be annoyed, right? Exactly. So I was just disturbed by somebody, and this person got so mad, so upset for something they did. They did. They did. Which makes me move different, right? If someone does something and you don't like it, they might need to learn a very tough lesson from you. I just split the deck in the world. I did not even notice. When the world is at your side, God is making other people so upset with you because you're the one being blessed all the time. If you watch this video. So, when you are finding someone that is annoyed with you, you are triggering them, which you are supposed to. And because they are triggered by you, God is healing them behind the scenes, but you can see it happening from very up close. And when someone keeps getting upset with something you do, when you know God is moving you, this person should learn to behave. They need to learn self control. They need to learn how to be kinder to you. Because if someone is annoyed all the time with you, when you don't do anything wrong, you just follow God's voice, right? Let me put this off. You're actually on the right track. I'm definitely on the right side with God because God wants the best for you. So if God makes someone mad, if God makes someone triggered and upset with you or with something you do, I'm gonna try to say this right, and I'm gonna try to say it once. They are finding God, yeah, in the moment, maybe after the moment, okay, but they're finding God with having peace, having acceptance, with finding clarity, with getting purpose, with following the signs. And then I mean, God has rules. God made universal laws like do good, get good, do bad, get bad. You're all a magnet to somebody and something. But if something is not aligning for you and you feel like people get annoyed with you for bad reasons and you know you're doing good and you're doing well and better than them, God is going to show them within that you are better than their opinion. That you, I said than you. Anyways, I wanted to say that you are doing better than how they operate and how they think and feel. Because if you trigger them being upset, honey, you, I don't care if you're a man, I call men honeys too, okay? I love when men watch my videos because then you finally learn something of value, okay? So keep watching. But to my women and my men, sometimes people need to learn the hard way. And if you're the one triggering them, you hear right with your beautiful ears, okay? Because God shows you and them, hello, God shows you and them that you make the right choice for yourself, okay? And that they should make a better choice for themselves, yeah? Because if they're so annoyed, let them be annoyed. You have the power. So if you have all the power that you need to have, you can get annoyed and use that energy to transmute it because you get blessed with the annoyance. But other people sometimes don't get blessed. Sometimes other people don't get blessed with the annoyance. I say this with all the seriousness in my heart that I have. Because if they're annoyed, for what? First of all, for something bad, okay, stay annoyed until you cannot breathe the annoyance anymore. Because some people, they get so annoyed, they have to stop. Because they will eat their own thoughts all day long. They have to think that all day long. They have to feel the same thing over and over and over and over and over again because they're so annoyed. But they did it to themselves. Probably. Most likely. But people like you, if you find this video magically because God sent it to you, then God delivers you problems to face and conquer, to live with the consequences other people put on your plate. But you get stronger from that. You actually get something out of it. But those people that I'm talking about too, they don't always find the pleasure in winning a conversation. Because for them, they're like, I'm so annoyed, you get karma for my annoyance. No, you probably get good karma for their annoyance. Because they're so annoyed it eats them. They're so annoying, which makes you probably even more annoyed. And because you are annoyed, your divine judgment comes from God. And because God calls you to judge, God is actually judging them. Because you feel the same thing as God and you see the same thing as God. They probably don't. Or God makes them see an annoyance they should let go of. I mean, it can be this story for you. I'm not saying this is with everything you do because you probably get annoyed too with things you are not always righteous with, but it's important, okay? It's important that you get a perspective that is serving everybody. Because if you have a perspective and it hurts your heart, maybe you need to change your perspective, like forgiving, accepting, loving, appreciating, finding joy in the process, because you can be so annoyed and laugh about it. That's probably God judging what you're annoyed by. I mean, the person you're annoyed by, or maybe the color you're annoyed by. I'm not talking about skin color, okay? Maybe you want to paint your room, but you gotta paint once, and maybe in the next 2 years. But you're gonna look at that paint color, for 2 years. You're gonna judge with your spirit. And God's gonna tell you, you need yellow. And you're like, but I want red. And then God's like, no, in 2 years you get red. First, yellow. Maybe both. Maybe. But let's see, what can we say with the cards in my hands? Oh, because, well, I love the art on the cards. We have Queen of Wands with the Four of Wands. Whatever I'm saying in this video is gonna bring you the magic you need inside, because your foundation with the Four of Wands here is your magic. Whatever is rooted within your DNA is what you actually need to give to the world. Like magic, like a song, like a book, like a TV show, like a makeup line, a skin line, like something. Maybe you're a fashion designer, you want to have your own brand out there. Anything you wish and desire to do is within your DNA. So your spirit knows, like, okay, I want to do this. Like this man, one of those two men that came in my street to find bats in the middle of the night. Well, it's not night, it's now 11. So 11 p.m. And he was telling that now he does this, but he used to actually kill animals and stuff them and put them in his house. So he used to hunt for animals. And he was mentioning that he is now bettering himself. And he gives tours in like the woods, and I don't know what else he does, but he says he's now a better person. And he protects animals and not just kills them and takes them home. Which I think is beautiful, but if you want to kill animals because you love them, it can actually be a beautiful thing as well. I'm just saying sometimes, not always, because when you kill an animal or an insect or like a moth or something, mosquitoes very often, this is for them very often, that when you kill them, like a smack or a bullet or a fire, you release them from their misery. If it happens, it is time for them to live their next life. And if you bless them with taking their lives, you did them a favor. It could be the same thing for humans, but that just depends on if you're with God. It depends if you're moving with God or not. Do you listen to your intuition? Do you feel the energy? Do you allow yourself to see through the light and flesh? Because if something tells you you gotta kill it, then you probably do it. But if you're not meant to kill something, you gotta be able to feel that too. And people who are in alignment with their spirit and live with an activated, alive spirit and not just dead spirits and dead souls, but alive beings, creatures, angels, aliens, you can hear them, feel them, listen to them. So if a spirit is telling you, for example, a mosquito flies in your room. He's not even biting you. He's gonna just sit on your wall all night. And you're just like, what do you want? And then at an instant, or some moments 3 days later, you're just like feeling that you gotta kill the mosquito. Maybe it's even God telling you, not the mosquito itself, because it might not know it needs to die. It might need to learn from you for a week, or whatever you're doing from a distance in silence. Like bzzz, hearing the zooming all the time is annoying if you want to know from me, if you never ask, but I'm telling you. So, yeah, I'm telling you this because it's okay to see something die sometimes. Because people and animals and other kind of creatures have a next life, but not always, not all the time. Some beings don't reincarnate. They just get sucked into the black hole and they don't return. Because God knows it's time. Don't hang up. It's the ending. The end. The end. Maybe they got in a black hole prison for 100 years and then they can return. They might be just a little piece of sand for 2,000 years. And then they multi reincarnate because then they actually are ready for their next life. It might take 3 million years for a spirit and or a soul, they're different, to reincarnate. Alright? So don't fear when a rapist or a murderer just dies all of a sudden that they can come back or that they are already reincarnated in multiple bodies. Okay? Because God can make them radio silence for quite some time. So, let's continue. We got the world. If someone on your mind is popping up right now, they might be just not coming back for quite some time. I was hearing 20. I'm hearing 20,000 years. I think the world is very different by then. So don't you worry. For others, this person might never return because their life is done. Like, done. I mean, the Nine of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. If a good person actually popped up in your head, it's a mystery. You know, some people are alive in multiple bodies, like me. This is not my only body. I actually died in my other body a year ago in October. That's not a year ago, but October 2025. I died as Maria Elizabeth, which is now also my second name, Riva, the daughter of Marlene Dietrich, or some English people would mention it as died rich. Yeah, that was my mother. And who my father was, people so believed the lie, but my mother, Marlene Dietrich, wanted me to lie about who my father was to protect her and to protect me. But now that we both died, me, Maria Elizabeth Riva, and Marlene Dietrich, my mother, they don't care. They actually tell me to share it with the world, which is why I explained everything that mattered about us as a family. So I typed it all down in my magazine, Case 777, which you can find on galacticactivator.com slash case 777 CASE 3 times 7. That's the site that you can download the free magazine. And this is a magazine that I keep uploading as a live report of my own experience and the things I go through. The things, well, actually, the people I meet, what I'm doing business wise, but also personal. Um, yeah, it's really interesting to dive into, but it's only 13 plus. So if you want to show your kids, you want to feel it inside, if they are ready or not. I'm just saying it could shock you for days, but if you take it slow, you can handle it better. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I was saying it because in my magazine I explain who my father really was. Like who he was, not the fake one, not the person I had to pretend that was my father. So like, if you look for my name on Google, Maria Elizabeth Riva, from my past life, she was 100 years old. If I died a month later, I would be 101 years old. I am 1%. Oh my god.